Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing an Ulta haul slash first impressions on the look that I'm wearing right now. These were all affordable products, but I also hauled quite a few non-makeup items that I wanted to share with you before we dive into this makeup look. So first I got this Tree Hut Protecting Daily Moisturizer with broad spectrum SPF 30. I recently found this brand on Ulta and it was something that really intrigued me because it is a natural brand. It says fortified with no phthalates, parabens, sulfates, formaldehydes, mineral oil. I really like that it has SPF. Honestly, every single day I actually require an SPF moisturizer just because I just really like that. Like, I'd rather have an SPF in my moisturizer than in my makeup. So this is what the bottle looks like. I'm not done with my other one yet, but I am actually filming an empties video soon, so you guys will see all the stuff maybe that I haven't mentioned before in that video. But then I picked up this Dr. Teals Pink Himalayan Foaming Bath. This is the Restore and Replenish with pure Epsom salts and essential oils. I love this formula. I've tried so many different scents of Dr. Teals. It really gives your bath a nice foaming lather and it smells so good. Like, this one has orange essential oil. It smells so like soft but comforting but like zesty. I'm not making any sense, but I really like how this kind of incorporates salt as well in addition to bubble bath, because it's kind of like everything that I want in my bath. And it's a 2-in-1 and it's super cheap. It's like $5 I think, or $6, and you can pick it up from Ulta online only or at your local drugstore. And then I picked up another Mario Badescu spray. I'm almost out of my current one that has chamomile and lavender. This is my new favorite scent. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, I have tried the original aloe one and the cucumber green tea one, but this one is my favorite. I just loved it so much, and I use this twice a day as well after toning. If you guys watch my skincare video, you would have been able to see that in action. I'll link that down below. And yeah, this just makes an incredible difference, I think, to hydrate your skin after you've washed it and toned it and kind of stripped it of its moisture. I find that it does add a lot back in, and it's a great pick-me-up throughout the day as well. So I've kind of talked about the majority of the other products that you'll see me apply to my face in the video, but I wanted to mention this little cute bag. This is a free gift with purchase. Ulta, literally, I can't. Ulta's amazing. I like Ulta better than Sephora, like no questions asked, just because with Ulta, you can actually redeem your rewards for cash value applied towards products, so I think that's amazing. And this bag has like so many different things in it, but it was free with a $19 Ulta purchase. So I bought this brush and I bought those cotton balls and I got this for free. And it came with this little blush palette, this eyeshadow palette that you'll see in the video. Came with this lipstick, this tinted eye primer that actually I didn't use, spoiler alert, but I should have. I'm just so used to using concealer, ugh. And then it came with this mattifying face primer, this sharpener, this brow shaping gel, these two liners, eyeliner and a lip liner, this liquid illuminator, this tinted lip oil, which I actually didn't use in the video just because it's not like a makeup-y thing, but I have tried it twice before I used it, and it is a great moisturizing lip treatment. You guys know I have chronically dry lips, but this does a great job at moisturizing my lips and it lasts a really long time. Always keep an eye out for free gifts with purchase, or Ulta always has these buy one get one free or buy one get one half off or buy two, whatever. I think they are personally such great deals and you should always capitalize on them because you might end up finding some of your favorites. All of that out of the way of my other skincare, I think that's everything that I hauled. Yeah. If you want to see the rest of the new products in action, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and let's go ahead and get started. So out of my big box, the first, oh my god, where am I gonna put this? As I mentioned, I have kind of this cute little bag from Ulta which has a bunch of different things in it. It came free with the purchase. So in it they gave me mattifying face primer, but I also bought this primer from LA Girl. It's the Pro Prep Primer. It says HD high definition smoothing face primer, helps smooth and fill in lines and pores, paraben and fragrance free, and enriched with vitamin E. So I imagine it's gonna be very silicone-y. Oh yeah, it's very silicone-y. All right, so I'm just gonna squeeze out a little bit like this. Start rubbing it all over. I believe this is about $5. You get 0.5 fluid ounces, so it's a little bit less than your standard 1 fluid ounce primer, but primers usually last a really long time because you use pretty little every time you use it, so I don't imagine that to be like a really big kind of deal. And there's Maple. So my skin does feel pretty smooth. It just feels like a standard silicone primer. I just feel like it's a little bit less thick than the Smashbox primer. I could be tripping, but that's how I feel. Alright, next up we have something I'm really excited about. This is the LA Girl Pro Matte High Definition Foundation. I have the shade Medium Beige. And also I have a foundation brush to try out today. I have the Ulta Beauty Precision Foundation Brush. This was $18. And yeah, I am always on the hunt, I feel like, for two specific brushes, for a really good bronzing brush and for a really good flat top kabuki. You guys know I always use my Morphe Y6 and I really like that, but I kind of want to try something new. And this intrigued me because it's kind of like angular, as you can see, so I read reviews saying that it's really good to kind of get underneath like your eye and just like more precise areas. So we're gonna go in with that. I'm just gonna pump 1, ooh, 2. Oh, okay, 2 little pumps. I'm just gonna streak it on my face. Oh, this actually could be a really good color match. 3, and go in. Right off the bat, I can tell this definitely is a more matte foundation. It kind of reminds me of the texture of my Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation, that more kind of like moussey-ish texture. For some reason, it's not like blending in as seamlessly as I would like it to. I don't know if that's because I am using a new brush, but I don't know. Okay, so I would say this is definitely medium coverage. You can still see I have some of my discoloration peeking through here, and even though I did a second coat on my forehead, it's still up there as well. I do like this brush. I don't feel like it's able to blend stuff out as quickly as like my other kabuki brush, because with my other kabuki brush I can kind of just swirl the product around and really buff it in. This, I have to take a minute to like really pat it in since it doesn't cover as much like surface area. But with that being said, I really like how I can really get underneath my eyes and in the hollows of my nose and everywhere else, just to be a little bit more precise. But yeah, so far, not bad. Definitely not my favorite. Does it beat my Too Faced Peach Perfect? Nothing does. But then again, I'm gonna have to try this out with my Y6 and see if maybe it's just the application. But I don't hate this brush at all. All right, next up for concealer, I already mentioned that I recently also picked up the Makeup Revolution concealer. It's not first impressions because I already tried that out and I do like it, but something brand new I haven't tried is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage in the shade Light Beige. This has been floating around YouTube. If you're an avid YouTube watcher like me, you already know all the gurus have really raved about this, so I'm really excited. And they only have 3 shades, I believe, which kind of sucks. So I just kind of guessed online which shade I thought would be highlighty-ish for me. So I'm just gonna go in like that. Ooh, it's very like creamy and cooling as soon as I put the wand on my skin. It's definitely a skinnier wand than like my Tarte Shape Tape or even the Makeup Revolution. And it's not a flexible wand like the ColourPop wand, but I like how this feels on my skin. It's very like cooling. So I'm just gonna highlight right here, my nose, my chin. I do really enjoy this brush for blending concealer. I think probably more than my foundation, but I really think the concealer is doing a good job. I mean, it's not as full coverage as my Shape Tape, obviously. Really nothing is that I've tried, but it's definitely a good drugstore dupe. It's like $5 or $6 and definitely one of the better concealers that I've tried in my lifetime, so I recommend, and it's cruelty free. Alright, so now that we're blended in with everything, I am going to move on to powder. Now, I don't have like a face loose powder, but I do have this new Wet n Wild MegaGlo contouring palette. This is in the shade Caramel Toffee. I wanted like a yellow powder to kind of brighten underneath the eye. Ooh, it feels so creamy. Oh my goodness, I'm very excited. So I'm just setting my face with that banana powder. I'm gonna take this Beige Cosmetics 125 brush, just like a smaller, more tapered brush, and really just kind of go in. Oh, it is pretty powdery, but I'm not going to do anything too crazy with my eyes today, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish up my face. I'm going to bronze with this, they don't have individual shades, but I'm going to bronze with this contour slash bronzing shade. I'm going to take my Beige Cosmetics 124 brush. Ooh, it is very powdery. Like when you dip your brush in, there's like a lot of kick up. So definitely make sure you're kicking off the rest. All right, let's go in with some blush. Today I have this cute little Ulta Beauty blush and bronzer duo that I got in the little kit. This is another bronzer. I didn't try that obviously today because I used this one. But we're gonna go in with the shade Rose Blush. It looks like a pretty satin blush. It's not matte. I definitely see a sheen in the pan. So I'm gonna go in. This kind of has like a more tapered tip. I'm gonna go into Rose Blush right here. Okay, not that much kick up at all. I'm gonna go ahead and just rosy up the cheeks. I like that. It looks pretty subtle. But once you put it on your face, you can see that something is there for sure. All right, so I will say this blush, as I said, has a sheen built in. So if you have texture or enlarged pores in this area and you put the blush on your apples, it will enhance that texture. Like I can kind of see my pores enlarged right there. I don't know if you guys can tell. All right, next up for highlight, one of the things I am most excited about. This is the Model's Own Sculpt and Glow highlighting powder. I've had my eye on this for so long. It's my first thing that I've tried from Model's Own. And this is what it looks like. You can see it's just such a beautiful golden sheen. This is in the shade Golden Sand. We're gonna go in with the ColourPop Small Fluff Brush, the F5. Kathleen Lights raves about this for highlighter. And we're just gonna tap it in very lightly. And go in. Okay. Yeah, you need to be very, sis, I barely applied. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't think I can use this highlight with this brush. With a synthetic brush, it picks up way too much product. It's way too intense, so let me just try to buff it out with this. Oh my god. That is intense. All right, so I like this. I think I was initially like, whoa, but that is definitely blinding. It is not a subtle highlight at all. I barely applied any pressure to my face when using that brush. Then again, it was a synthetic brush, so it did apply a product more heavily, but damn, that was intense. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set my face. I don't have a new setting spray, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use this Ofra makeup fixer right here, set my face down, and then we can get started on the eyes. All right, for the eyes, this Ulta bag came with this cute little palette called You Caught My Eye. I'm not gonna use this, but yeah, I have these colors. They're a little bit dusty, but we're gonna try to make it work anyway. I already have concealer on my eyelids, and I set that with the Wet n Wild powder earlier, so we're just gonna go on in. I don't have a new eyeshadow brush, so I'm just gonna kind of use my regulars. I don't have a full look with this, but I'm going to use this Ulta Beauty palette and dip into this bronzing shade kind of as my transition color, so we'll see how that goes. Just gonna put that into my crease and just kind of lightly diffuse it all over. I know it looks like I'm applying a lot of pressure, but really guys, I'm doing it super lightly. I think it's just the way that my eyes are set, so it looks like, because I don't have such a defined crease where it looks like I'm really pressing hard, but I'm not. Okay, so I have no color in there at all. There was absolutely, I don't see any color payoff, but we're just gonna go ahead and keep on trucking. Going into this palette, I'm going to take the shade Butterfly Wings, this kind of matte little mauve-y pink shade I would describe it as, and put that tighter into my crease. For that, I'm going to be using my ColourPop, this doesn't really have a name, but I think it's a tapered blending brush. Just dip that in. Oh, there is some kick up when you put your brush in and tap that off. Oh, maybe this will be pigmented. that tighter into the crease, just lightly wash it. And I really like this shade. I think it's a good defining crease shade. Right, so we're gonna keep this simple and cute. I'm going to take the shade Garden Party and just put that all over my lid. I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of my Ofra setting spray because it is a shimmer. In my Valentine's tutorial, I said this Too Faced shadow was a foil, not a shimmer, and it was the opposite. I'm sorry. It was a shimmer, not a foil. That's why it definitely didn't look as pigmented and metallic. Foils, just if you don't know the difference, are really like shiny, shimmery, glittery, intense shades. Those are foiled shades, metallic. And shimmers are more of like a subtle kind of sheeny shade. Alright, so on the eyes, this is pretty. It's translating more to a frosty kind of champagne, as you can tell, as opposed to like a green. But it's like a very frosty light green. Alright, and to go back in and blend everything out again in the crease, I'm going to take my Morphe E27, go back into that bronzer we use as our transition shade in this little palette, tap off the excess, and just kind of marry everything together. Because I have hooded eyes, I kind of have to define my own crease because it's not really, I mean, it's there, but it's not like I have so much skin right here that it doesn't look like the crease is so like prominent. Does that make sense? Okay. Really close to the lash line, I am going to take this shade Honeycomb and I'm just going to run that right along my lash line to add a little bit more definition. I'm going to take my Morphe M213, this really nice little tiny shader brush, and just run that into my lower lash line. Not being super precise, I just want a little bit of definition there. So this Ulta bag also came with this little black kohl liner. I'm going to use it to tightline my eyes. It's just this eyeliner. Ooh! It's just this eyeliner kohl pencil in the shade Blackout. I'm just going to run that underneath my waterline. You're going to have to be careful not to stab yourself with new pencils like this. Alright, so that's not super pigmented right off the bat, but that's just because new pencil liners especially, you kind of have to run them down in order to get the most pigment. But I'm not mad about that. Alright, and before we go in with mascara, I have this new eyelash primer by Catrice. This is the Glamour Doll Volumizing Mascara Primer. You guys know I actually use mascara primer every single day. I know it's weird. So this is just what the wand looks like. It's just kind of a standard wand. I really like this bottle. It's very like ergonomic, but oh, I gotta curl my lashes. Alright, now we're ready to go. So this doesn't deposit a lot of white on my lashes like my Urban Decay Subversion primer, but it seems like it's coating my lashes because it already is making them stand up and whatnot. Alright, and for mascara, we're going to be trying out this Ulta Plush Drama Volumizing Mascara. This actually also came free in the bag, and it is a full-size product. The wand looks pretty intense. It's pretty fat, and the bristles are kind of fat as well, so I'm sure it'll be good for volumizing, but I hope it's not too clumpy. Alright, so it's not bad. This is my mascara on with and without. So it's not as like intense as my other mascaras, but it still did a pretty good job of kind of making them look a little bit more defined. Alright, so this mascara is not my favorite. It's not bad, it's just not great. Actually, along my lower lash line, I'm just gonna kind of smudge this pencil. Okay, and then I'm gonna smoke that out a little bit further, going back in with butterfly wings down here. Now we have a new brow gel to try out. You guys know I don't use brow pencil every single day, so I'm just going to take this Essence Make Me Brow in the shade, I think Brownie Brows number 2. I've heard it's a great dupe for Benefit Gimme Brow. I actually don't really like Benefit Gimme Brow, but the price is $2.99. The wand is pretty small and it has these fibers, so we shall see. I got my brows done yesterday, so I don't really feel like I need to fill them in much. Ooh, that's pretty pigmented. It is pretty dark, but it does make them look more full. This is actually all I'm going to put on my brows today, and as you can see, it did add that definition and that volume. All right, and our eyes are done. We're gonna move on to the lips. So I have in this Ulta bag this lip liner pencil in the shade Bittersweet and this pink, or this lipstick in the shade Pink Chocolate. Looks like a pretty nice mauve rose. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips first. Alright, so now that our lip liner's on, I'm gonna go in with that lipstick. Ooh, it's pretty creamy when you first apply it. Alright guys, and that completes this video. These were all the products that I just recently hauled from Ulta. I have to say, I didn't find one thing that I really just loved. I did really like this powder, but it was very like kick-uppy. The concealer was good. I like this lipstick. It gave me a really nice application. The mascara, not my favorite. The eyebrow gel was good. It's definitely something that I see myself using on a daily basis. This highlight was intense. I definitely think that I'll go in with a different brush initially to apply it, but I do think that glow is pretty awesome and undeniable, and I'm glad that I tried something from Model Zone because I'm really happy about it. This foundation was not the most blendable. I'll have to try it with a beauty blender and my other kabuki and maybe another primer, but this combination for some reason was kind of hard to spread around my face. And on that note, this foundation brush was good. I really like the shape of it to really kind of blend out concealer as well, but I have to say it kind of made my foundation application a little bit more difficult. Yeah guys, that wraps up this video. This was a full face of first impressions of mostly affordable makeup from Ulta. I really hope you liked it. Subscribe and hit that thumbs up button if you did. And yeah, I will catch you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!